Hello everyone. This is an explanation video for Capstone Project Part 2. Capstone Project Part 2 is the process of creating a sitemap, a part of the website that we created or theoretically created in Capstone Project Part 1. What that means is the business that you decided on Part 1 with the domain name, the target audience, and what you're going to be doing with the business is going to be built upon in this part here. So we do have a lot of strategic approaches for figuring out SEO and how to build up our website. But one of the main things that we need to focus on after we determine what our website is going to be is what's going to be on that website. This portion of the Capstone project is going to be just that. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to include a sitemap inside of our file, or excuse me, we're going to create a PowerPoint presentation that discusses the type of sitemap that we will create. Now remember that the sitemap creator tools I'll mention a bit. They are located into DM160. Pull this up here. If you go into content, PowerPoints, and then we haven't hit these yet at this point of the video, but if you go ahead and open up chapters 5 to 6, there's a few there's a few slides on here on sitemaps, and these sitemaps are really cool. It explains what sitemaps are, but there's a few websites on here that go about they're visual tools that help build up a sitemap for you. So Rightmaps, if you go ahead and go to rightmaps.com, you can see in here that you can create a sitemap. This one requires a trial. I believe one of them, let me just check my node, apologies for this. Okay, so my node might work as well, and even if you log in, these will be free to use. But essentially what these are is they build up a sitemap. So before you go ahead and use that though, inside of your PowerPoint, what you're going to want to do is determine around 8 pages or 8 sections a part of your uh, website that you're going to create. And these 8 pages or sections are going to be the main aspects of your website. You're going to again go ahead and break down into 8 separate slides the content that will be on each of those pages. Not like a ton, you don't need to write what's actually going to be on there, but just describe it. Just like I'm going to have maybe an explanation about this, I'm going to have an about me, and so forth. And then the most important thing is you're going to include 3 keywords that are going to be used on each of the pages. So very quickly, I have a very rudimentary example of this. If you go ahead and go to the, excuse me, if I go ahead and present here, you'll see that after I start up my Capstone Project Part 2, I'm saying, okay, these are the main sections or pages that I will want to include, such as homepage, services, excuse me, pricing, about me, contact me, some reviews, a blog, and then applications in order for my business to get hired more. And as a reminder, my business is just a business about dog walking. It's just a made up business I created. But essentially, if I'm going to create this business, I want to have these 8 pages here. I want to be able to explain on the homepage what I'm doing, the services I have as a separate page, the pricing or how much it will cost to do the services, about me, just discussing what the business is, contact me for any more information, some reviews from other people. I want to be able to update like with pictures of dogs I'm walking on a blog, and I might want to expand, so I'm going to have an application page to various workers. And on each of these, I'm going to go ahead and give a small detail about what the contents are, and I'm just going to, again, this only needs to be a single slide, but just give a brief overview of the contents of that page, and then have 3 solid keywords. So my keywords for my homepage are dog walking services, dog walkers near me, and dog walking prices. I might shift the prices over into services and on the homepage pick something different out, but just for this example, I just wanted to show off that the keywords are going to be these 3 here. Now, I didn't do anything else for these ones, but for each of these pages, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing as the front one. You're going to give a small description, and then you're going to have some keywords. Please remember that with your keywords, you can go ahead and use a keyword planner. This is located on Google. If you go to Google AdWord Keywords, you can click on Google. You might need to sign in or not, but just go to the keyword planner. And then after you click on the keyword planner, you can hit this discover new keywords, and then go ahead and type in whatever. I just typed in dog walking service, and once I type that in, I hit get results. I then get a bunch of results here that just give me some more keywords. So definitely take some time and explore it. After you create these slides, you can go ahead and just wrap up the project. But again, you're going to probably have around 10 to 12 slides for each of these, and especially you're going to have at least 10 to 12 because we have to have 8 for the 8 pages that we're going to create. One more thing about those services from chapter 5 to 6, such as DynoMapper. I believe DynoMapper is free here, but if we go on to DynoMapper, you'll have to sign up for it. But essentially, what will happen after you sign up is it is a way for you to go ahead and build out a website, kind of using a built-in, or sorry, this isn't actually coding, it's just putting pages together. So if you would like to, at the very end of your Capstone project part 2, you can use DynoMapper or MindNode or Mind, I believe it was MindNode, excuse me. DynoMapper, MindNode, or WriteMaps to go ahead and create a form or some item there to help out to reinforce your sitemap. It's not necessary to do that sitemap, but it will help you out with the code and to explain how the layout of the pages are. Now, this is like a fast forward version of this. So once we go through chapters 5 and 6, I'll give more details on these as well. But for now, this should at least get you started with Capstone Project Part 2. And I think the main thing is here, try to determine the pages you're going to include, figure out the keywords, and please make use of all the resources inside of Moodle and these guys to wrap up the project.